Welcome to Entertainment, the channel who doesn't live up to its name. This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Today we'll be talking about fighters that were so bad that they never should have been allowed to fight. These fights made everybody look bad. Even the opponents looked like they were beating up somebody that was defenseless. These fights should have never been allowed or even sanctioned. Let's just get started. Don Frye is a legit MMA legend, and in the beginning of the UFC, they had some fights that were very questionable, and maybe never should have happened. Thomas Ramirez is one of those guys that should not have been in the octagon. He claimed to have been undefeated in 200 bare knuckle boxing fights, but I'm gonna say that's a freaking lie because, well, you'll see.
And Frye knocks down Ramirez, and that is it.
3 punches from Frye. 3 punches, and this guy went down. There's no way you don't get hit that many times in a real fight, just by the mere fact that you don't have gloves. And let's be honest, this guy isn't evading any punches with his elusiveness. Are you ready to get into fighting, but maybe you're not willing to put your actual body on the line just yet? In that case, dive into Raid Shadow Legends, the #1 mobile game out there with over 600 champions with their unique history in the world of Teleria. Make sure to go and download Raid to your mobile phone or your PC with my links in the description. This month, there is a new addition to your enemy boss list, and it's Raid's biggest, baddest, and scariest yet, the Hydra. It's got so many heads, you'll think you're fighting multiple superpowered clan bosses all at once, as each one has its own unique mechanics. This thing is terrifying. It can scare your champions and cloak itself in poison, plus a ton more crazy things that you have to play to see. You will have to have your puzzle solving mind on for this one, as there are new challenges even in the middle of the fight. But if you and I achieve our goal, we will get some wicked awesome artifacts. Raid's graphics are freaking insane, man. Some other games are like, here's a tackle with barely any movement from either character, but with Raid you get incredible graphics and attack moves. If you are still looking for more, Raid's also giving away a super limited edition champion to every player, and it turns out to be an esports legend and Navi superstar in Simple. It's ready for new and old players alike. All you have to do is log in for 7 days between now and January 28th, and he's all yours. Don't miss your chance because he is freaking awesome, and if you don't get him now, you missed your chance forever. There's seriously never been a better time to get started. Hit the link in the description or scan my QR code and you'll get the epic champion Aina, 200,000 silver, 1 energy refill and 1 XP boost, and 1 ancient shard so you can summon awesome champions as soon as you get in the game. All this treasure will be waiting for you right here, but do it fast as these rewards will only be available for the next 30 days and only for new players. Once you join, you will find me under the name Zorro's List, and maybe we will be able to fight together. Click on the link in the description right now or scan my QR code and I'll see you in the game. Edward Rackley has surprisingly been allowed to fight 8 times professionally, which is truly unbelievable, and you'll know why. You see that? He does everything they tell you not to do in boxing. He's creating his own style, his own horrible looking rooster boxing style. His head is way up there, leaning back, exposing his chin, like he's challenging his opponents to take his head off.
Fight in one of those knockouts against not a great opposition, as it does look like Rackley here.
Then his wide swinging punches, again challenging his opponents to try and come down the middle. And well, that's what Cedric Rose did.
Oh, it looks to me like he's going to do away with Edward Rackley as quickly as he has his other opponents.
Then we can see what all these fighters have in common. They don't know how to take a punch and get flustered at the first punch they take. And well, they lose the fight right after they show their fear.
Rackley is not the most stylish fighter we've ever seen here on ESPN. I think we can say that.
He's down again. That'll be the second.
You ready to see the worst version of somebody imitating Mike Tyson? Well, here's Laszlo Faquet.
Pojedynek z Nadziem Aguilera, no to był pokaz boksu. Aguilera został zmaltretowany.
This guy comes in trying to do the side to side, but has his head down, holding his hands away from his face. Then this guy can't even take a jab.
Protestował co prawda, gdy sędzia przerwał pojedynek w 4. rundzie, no ale niesłusznie. No.
Panie Andrzeju, Faqueta nie umie boksować.
He goes down after getting hit with the slowest, weakest jabs ever. but he continues with his Tyson-esque style until he finally takes a power punch.
Gość nieskoordynowany, Siergiej pokazywać wszystkim, powinien go szybko znokautować. Tak jest.
I mean, that was a left hook, but did it really have any power behind it? This fight shouldn't have happened, because I'm pretty sure this guy did it for the money. He quit after getting hit like 4 times by shots that wouldn't even hurt a child. Yumiko Hota is the grandma who stepped into the ring with the massive Gabby Garcia.
Talks about how her striking's got better. Oh, to pro wrestling!
Putting on a show here is Yumiko Hota. Oh, and she's caught!
Yumiko is actually a pro wrestler, but has fought 10 times in MMA with a mixed record. But against Garcia, she was a late replacement. And I give her credit for taking this fight, because there was no chance she would win. This is a complete shame. How could he put this old lady against a giant? She tried to show off a little bit, but oh my god, once she got caught.
Thrown there by Hota. Trying to get away. Garcia.
Right here, she looks like that person that doesn't like massages at all, and somebody is forcing one on them. Garcia ended it quick though. We could say that she was showing some compassion.
Punches there by Garcia. Hota trying to punch back, but it's simply too much for this. Hammer fist. Right hand's a referee.
Shane Ducette and Ryan Grubbs are 2 boxers who should not be allowed to be in the ring in front of a crowd because they are a danger to themselves. But then again, maybe they should be allowed just for the entertainment.
Oh, he's trying to throw him. You can see that no-holds-barred grappling style.
Oh damn, dude. You see that combination from Ducette? He went low, then he went high, with some of the weakest punches ever. He also turns out to be a wrestler, but once he's told he can't throw his opponent, he just hides behind his gloves.
Oh.
Don,
He's
Don,
running from side to side. Oh.
Don, I've seen this style of fighting before.
The shadow.
How does this fight get sanctioned in the first place? Ducette is just running around, turning his back, and then the best part is when he loses, he looks at Grubbs like he could destroy him if he really wanted to. This guy is known as the Shadow, and he competes on the internet for the worst boxer of all time. And this guy is so bad that he makes his opponent look like a genius.
They'll never get hit and they can take out their opponent. Well, here it goes. Oh, big bomb by the bouncer. Another one. Nice elusive moves. I see that working. He's got his hands down. Oh.
Damn, the Shadow fights with his hands down like he actually thinks he's Roy Jones Jr. And he did make this terrible other guy miss him a few times by turning his head with the punches. Nah man, this guy is just scared to get hit, so he just turns his head and closes his eyes hoping not to get hit. But as soon as the opponent closes the distance, he turns his back.
Problem done.
There's ropes in the way. The ropes are in the way. He can't maneuver now. Oh, nice footwork too. Oh, there. Oh, he's.
If the referee has to warn you not to turn your back, you should just quit. That's the basics. Then we end with a wrestling move, where he tries to bounce off the ropes to get a hit in, but instead, he basically just gets clotheslined. This fight never should have been allowed, because they both suck. Jose Canseco was one of the biggest names who took steroids in the 90s and actually snitched on some other baseball players. He decided to get into MMA and actually started out with a great shot against the giant Hong Man Choi.
Circling with, Jose goes for the overhand right immediately in the opening 20 seconds.
This of course didn't last, because once Choi started getting close and landed his own jab, Canseco showed how bad he really is.
Tries for a jumping front kick off the lead leg, does Canseco no?
Then he noticed his hits and kicks weren't doing anything, and he even hurt his knee, or was faking it. His kicks were so bad that he fell after one of them, and well, he went into the fetal position.
Every punch leaves a red mark.
Canseco down, a lot of trouble now, here comes the ground and pound! He's gonna take it!
To be fair, if you get under a guy that big, you're going to be scared. Canseco is 6 foot 4 inches and looks like a little scared kid under Choi. Pat Huerta, the rat-tail-having boxer, boxes like anybody you will find on the street, meaning that he just swings in with wide shots with no defense whatsoever.
A lot of hustle, and he's hustling into this one. The odds this one won't hear the final bell of the 4th round. Huerta, and and may be able to run into a shot by Bailey. But Bailey right now trying to...
Robert Bailey was a little overwhelmed at the beginning, just covering up because a lucky shot can always land. But once he was able to get some distance, he opened up.
Collect himself, doesn't want to get into this slugfest, but may be drawn in. Oh, crunching left and a right by Bailey, and Huerta is down.
As you heard, Huerta was making his pro debut, and guess what? He never fought again, which is completely understood. I don't know who he fought in the amateurs to win all 3 of his fights, but it would be fascinating to see how bad those guys were. You're not going to believe this, but this is actually the second fight between Chantelle Cordova and the amateurish looking Unity Young. I couldn't find the first fight, but it did end with a knockout, so you know how this one will go.
In black trunks, Young in the blue. Young is a southpaw.
Young looks like a freaking chola trying to fight. Young is only 5 foot tall and weighs less than 100 pounds. She turns her head after the jabs and gets absolutely flustered, and worst of all, she turns her back when she's overwhelmed. The referee has to come to the rescue before she gets absolutely crushed.
Absolutely, trunks. Because don't get me wrong, she's got plenty of heart to climb those steps to come out of the locker room.
That's it. Fight's over.
Cordova is absolutely disappointed and kind of disgusted that she has to face a fighter like this, and I completely agree. Luckily, somebody threw in the towel after this first knockdown, although the referee was already on his way. If you guys want to really help me out, please smash that like button because the algorithm is a slut for them. Also, make sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications. Thanks again to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring today's video. It's hard to believe that the people responsible for these events did not do more research to guarantee that all the fighters involved would be able to defend themselves inside the ring or the octagon. But I guess sometimes the event has to move forward. Thanks for watching this video. See you next time.